All right. I don't know where the video went. Oh, I got to go to overlay. Bam. There we go. We have everybody, right?
Yep, I'm here.
I don't like how they have that set up.
Yep.
I think I screwed up the background. There you go. I kind of fixed it. I don't like how they have the background and then the overlay, blah, blah, blah. All right. Welcome to Pacific South Central Sports Talk. I don't have much of a voice. Woke up the other day, and today's better than yesterday.
Well, that's good.
So hopefully raspy is heard.
Oh, yeah, it's heard, buddy. It's heard.
By the way, Max, you did make me laugh with the Fiji bottle.
Yeah. I figured you'd get a crack up out of that.
I just heard cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah, I only had a couple minutes before my Uber was going to pick me up, and I ran into the store real quick, and that was like the only water I saw. I was like, fucking A. Why not?
Was it $500?
No, it was only like $3 this time. Much better deal than last time.
Much better, much better. All right, I guess we'll
That is
start
fine,
here.
But much better.
Dude, you don't even remember. You were out.
No, I remember some of it. I remember penguin walking.
All right. I know we covered a couple teams a few months back, but we haven't covered the whole division like we did the other ones. Jeff, you want to start with your bottom one in this?
My bottom one is Cleveland Browns. I think they're going to take a wicked step back from last year. They don't have the magic of Joe Flacco, and then they got two quarterbacks who I honestly think are toxic and will drag the team down. So I know last year they were 11-6. Surprising they made the playoffs. This year, I think they go 7-10 at best.
Yowza. Well, let's just say that's better than what I had them. What'd you have them? Who'd you got last, Max?
Pittsburgh Steelers. I have no faith in Russell Wilson. I have no faith in Justin Fields. They're going to suck. I'm thinking probably 7-10.
7-10?
7-10.
I got Cleveland last. And again, when I'm doing these, I'm looking. I see them winning 4 games. Now it's possible.
Wow.
It's possible they could do like Jeff said and do 7. I'm looking at it right now. I just don't look at them having a good year. You know, they got. Go ahead.
The thing about Cleveland is they still got a really good defense. I just think their
They have a great
offense
defense.
I think their offense takes a step back with Deshaun Watson, and then you got Jameis Winston backing him up. You know, one of those two or both are going to get injured at some point. You might see
Tyler Huntley. They got Tyler Huntley as well, though. Their third string quarterback's Tyler Huntley.
Yeah.
He's a third string quarterback for a reason.
He was an all-pro that one year.
Hey, since you said Jameis Winston, got me one of Jameis Winston Florida State Seminoles mini.
Sweet.
Didn't even know it. It showed up in the mail. I was like, huh. And the guy was like, oh, you had the Cleveland Browns. That's how I learned Jameis Winston was on the Cleveland Browns.
Browns
but
did pick up Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, but
he's not that good, though.
I agree with Jeff. They're taking a big step back. I just don't see it. I got them with 4 wins. They could get more, but Jeff's right. I don't see them more than 7.
No. If you look last year, they started out slow until Winston got hurt, and then they picked up like gangbusters after that.
Yeah, once
Groper Cleveland
Mr. Sarge was down.
Right.
And he's probably not going to put his all into it this year either. I think he's got that contract, and he's going to be Mr. Pansy ass.
Well, I think Chubb's not starting the year off either. He might be starting the year off on the bench still with his knee injury.
Oh, I haven't read much on him. I don't think he'll be back. I would assume mid-season.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. He's going to miss at least 3 to 4 weeks probably with that knee injury still. So, but they got Devonta Foreman.
Hey, he did pretty good for the Bears when they actually used him. The Jeff, who you got next to last?
Next to last, I've got the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I have them with a winning record. And you know why I have them with a winning record, right, Eric?
Mike Tomlin.
Guy has never finished a season in his entire career under 500 or at 500. He's had a winning, I should say that. He's had 500 or winning record. And now that you can't have a 500 record, I'm going to say, I honestly think Justin Fields ends up playing and actually has a good season with a real coach in place. So I'm going to say 10-7 Pittsburgh Steelers. But I'm going with the history. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season, and he took over in 2006.
Right. No, the Steelers they've been on an amazing run. I agree. I just think that this is the year. I think he's put it together with bubblegum and duct tape for too many years now. And it's gonna fall apart. I think
you gotta think too.
I thought that last year too.
They haven't had a real quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger.
I would question to say they really have a real quarterback now, though, to be honest with you. But
I think Justin Fields is going to thrive in that offense.
I heard they've been putting him at running back, at wide receiver, at kick returner. I heard he hasn't been really getting a lot of reps at quarterback. Honestly, that's what I heard.
Honestly, do you trust?
I haven't been to Pittsburgh, so
what's his face? Christian boy. What's his?
Russell
Christian Wilson.
I was going to say Tim Tebow. I'm sorry.
I think Tim Tebow might be better than Russell Wilson right now.
Probably. So unless
he has a resurgence, kind of like Joe Flacco. I don't know. I just don't trust Russell Wilson, and I think Justin Fields.
I don't either.
At some point to take over.
See,
that's part of the reason why I have him not with a winning record, is because of Russell Wilson. I don't trust him, and I don't think they're going to pull him fast enough to save their season. Honestly, that's what I think.
But I think I agree with Jeff. I've got him third. I know, Max, you were next, but I'll go because I got Pittsburgh next to last.
Yeah, exactly. And I have Cleveland, so we've already pretty much spoke on that too. So
I did take into consideration Tomlin's record, 500 or better.
Right.
I just don't think they have enough on offense. I think they finish 7-10.
That kid, just like this guy, 7-10.
They might get another win or two, but I think Wilson starts a couple games. But Wilson is the player. He needs playmakers. Look what he had in Seattle. He had playmakers. Look what he had in Denver.
Right. We got Jerry Jeudy. He's a playmaker.
No, Justin Fields.
Right now.
In that offense, look, Justin Fields played for how many years with the Bears with no playmakers? And did
3, 4?
3 or I would say 3 or 4 without. He had DJ Moore his last year.
Right.
So he
had over 1,000 yards with Justin Fields.
Right. Yeah, DJ Moore had a good year last year.
Yeah, so I think Fields takes over. Maybe some kind of fake injury with Russell.
Jesus told him to sit down.
Maybe he gets Carraginged by somebody on the sideline. But I think Fields ends up starting. But I think by the time he starts, they've probably already got 3 losses in there.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to pull the trigger on Fields quick enough. As an organization, I don't know why they don't start Fields, because Russell Wilson's on the backside of his career. right? At least if you give Fields a chance first,
Yeah, but
you
Russell
might be able to
Wilson's
find your quarterback.
Russell
You know what I'm
Wilson's
saying?
making more, so they don't want to be paying a quarterback
No,
to be on the
No, he's
bench.
not. Russell Wilson. I think
Yeah.
I would beg to differ. I think Russell Wilson's only getting paid like $1 million by the Steelers.
Yeah. The Steelers are paying him like $1 million or $4 million.
They're paying him the league minimum.
Yeah,
I would bet Fields makes more.
Between Fields and Russell, I want to say it's like less than $6 million this year, because
Oh, yeah,
Denver's getting Russell's contract this year, and I think next.
Okay.
But to start the
they're
season,
picking it up from
to start the season, they're going to put Russell in there because Russell's going to put butts in the seats.
Oh, I know that. Yeah, I know they've already said Russell Wilson's going to be the starter. I'm just saying, as an organization, it makes more sense to play Fields from the get-go. I mean, because if Fields tanks, then you can just go to Wilson. You know what I mean? Who's gonna, at least not turn the ball over.
Who's
And
the
then-
third string
and then they can
quarterback?
go to-
He might see time.
I don't know who else they have. I don't know. Maybe Mason Rudolph might still be there.
No, I think he left.
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah,
gone.
I think you're right, actually. But
He's
And I
gone.
think Kenny
He's gone.
Pickett is gone too.
yeah, Pickett's gone.
Yeah, Tebow's out there
He's
in
big
that
too.
announce booth. In that announce booth, he looks like he could still play.
He played linebacker, defensive end.
All right, so Max, you have Cleveland third. You just said.
Yeah, I
what
got
do you have
Cleveland
them at?
third. 9-7. Or 9-8. 9-8, excuse me. 9-8. Yeah. They're gonna have a winning record. They will not make the playoffs at 9-8. Even though, didn't I say the Raiders were gonna make the playoffs at 9-7 last week? Or 9-8 last week? Whoops.
Yep, you're
They
going
lose
to
they lose the tiebreaker. They lose the tiebreaker. They lost Flacco and PJ Walker, quarterback wise. Who else did they lose? Oh, Kareem Hunt. I don't know where he went, but according to my notes, he's no longer with the Browns.
I don't think he signed with anybody.
Yeah, they really didn't pick up anybody else. Again, I don't trust Groper Cleveland either. But at the same time, Jameis Winston's not going to win you a lot of games by himself. He's going to throw 3 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
That's Mr. Jameis.
Two of them for probably pick sixes as well, just to rub it in a little bit more. And again, like we were talking about before, when you guys were speaking about it, Chubb's not going to be back probably at least for a month. So I just have a less confidence in Russell Wilson than I do in Groper Cleveland. So
For Cleveland. All right, Jeff, who you got second in that division?
I got the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they improved from last year. Obviously, you're going to have a healthy Joe Burrow. They still got a great core on offense. Joe Burrow makes that team better. I'm going to say they finish with the same record that the Steelers have, but end up going to the playoffs and are better than the Steelers based on head-to-head division record. So I got them at 10-7.
Mr. Max?
sounds about right. 10-7. Cincinnati Bengals. They picked up 2 free new safeties coming out of the offseason. Geno Stone and Von Bell. Von Bell I think is pretty good, if I'm not mistaken. They also got Gillespie, the tight end. He didn't block very well, but he's a good pass catching tight end. They did lose Joe Mixon though, and I think that's going to be more than they wanted. Joe Mixon had a good year last year, had over 1,000 yards, and I want to say at least 50 catches. I would say he was a big part of their offense. I think they're gonna miss him. And they lost DJ Reader on defense as well. Their defense wasn't that
offensive coordinator too.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think they got Joe Burrow, and as long as they can keep him healthy, they're going to be, again, 10-7, make the playoffs. If Joe Burrow gets hurt again, I don't think Browning's going to bring you to the playoffs. I don't. Even though he had a great year last year, Husky got 11, hey, more power to him, but I don't see Jake Browning leading them to the playoffs.
Well, all three of us, same team, same record.
Right.
Although I wrote this before Joe Burrow came out with the Cody Rhodes do.
I love it. I love it. He does look like Cody. It is pretty funny. He does look like Cody.
Yeah. The 10-7.
I wonder if that's why he did it, though. I was thinking about that this morning on the way to work. I was like, I wonder if he did that like as a Cody Rhodes thing. It's his time.
I don't know.
Finish your dream. Finish your story.
I get it. Hey, he can finish his story, then while he's rewriting it, it's gonna ratings are gonna tank.
And we're back.
Jeff, who you got first?
I got the Ravens, but they're not going to be as good as they were last year. I'll tell you that. I think they win a division. I think they go 11-6, but statistically, teams that lose in the AFC or NFC championship end up taking a step back the next season. It's like it's almost like that letdown that just they can't get over it. I think they kind of start the year out a little slower than they did last year, but end up finishing 11-6. Good enough to win the division, but I don't think they go too far in the playoffs.
Wow. Okay. I got them 12-5. I think you're going to be still pretty good. They did lose a lot of guys, though. Lost basically their whole backfield. So, they'll have a new backfield this year. But again, it's hard to bet against the Ravens, man. They got a great deal. Well, they did lose their coordinator too, though, to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be interesting to see how that's going to work out. I mean, Harbaugh's kind of a defensive guy. I would call him a defensive guy, even though he was a special teamer coming up, a special teams coach. Not a real coach, really, but that's more of a rah-rah guy, in my opinion. But neither here nor there. Sorry, wrong tangent. 12-5. Again, stopping Lamar and how good their defense is, it's going to be tough for them not to be 12-5. And we'll see how they do in the playoffs. Because again, you still got to get through Kansas City.
Yeah, I got Baltimore first. Imagine that. However, I got them 11-6, just like Jeff did, and we did not discuss these at all.
Right. Uh-huh.
I think they do take a step back on the offense. Because they're going to have to change it up. They got King Henry now. They don't have that three-headed monster. They do just different guys, so it's going to take them a little bit to go.
Henry's not going to be a full-time back. He'll be lucky to get 1,000 yards, in my opinion.
I think he still gets 1,000 yards in that offense.
Think so?
Well, because the Ravens are good.
I think he might get close, but I don't think.
Right. I'm thinking like 800-900.
I think the best part of his career is he left that with Tennessee. But you got to think too. They're gonna a lot of Lamar Jackson bootlegs and stuff. They're gonna be design runs for Lamar. That Henry won't get.
True.
Right, and I guess the guy that they did keep. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but he was their third string guy. I guess he's pretty damn good too.
If he's not hurt.
The
thing with the Ravens backfield the last few years. One or two of them get hurt. So it's a good thing they do run with three of them.
I just, it's always one division that one team ends up getting like the injury bug. Last year it was Cincinnati. They seemed like they were constantly injured. I mean, you could say the same thing with Cleveland, but it worked out in their favor because they got Joe Flacco, who ended up catching lightning in a bottle. They did the right thing by getting a quarterback that actually knows how to play. For some reason, I think this year the injury bug goes to Baltimore. They've been spared the last couple of seasons, and sometimes the way Lamar Jackson runs, I have this feeling that he might miss a few games, and those few games could really cost them dearly in the playoff standings. I still think they win a division, but I don't think they are as high as maybe third or fourth as far as seeding go in the playoff.
Yeah, I know defensively.
Lamar does do a pretty good job. Go ahead.
Defensively, they lost Patrick Queen, but they replaced him earlier this week, late last week, with Eddie Jackson. So, as Jeff knows, you're going to get either going to get good or bad. You're not going to get middle.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's not much on the Ravens. That division's always tough. I don't think Baltimore runs away with it. It's going to be a tough one.
It's going to be very tough. And, you know, it all depends on injuries and, you know, with Baltimore too, losing their defensive coordinator who really got that defense going. New coordinator, what schemes is he going to bring in? Is he going to change things up? Is, you know, personnel, is he going to keep it consistent like they did? Honestly, I doubt it, because nobody ever comes in and says, I'm keeping everything the same. They want to put their mark on their team. So
they got to put their stamp on it. Exactly. Yeah, even here in Seattle, when Pete was here still, it was Pete's defense, but each guy had their own little wrinkle that they would throw on top of it. But it was always Pete's defense. You know what I mean? Right. No matter what. So I'm sure Harbaugh's the same way, because the Ravens have had a good defense forever. I don't think they've ever had a bad defense that I can remember. I mean, maybe pre-Ray Lewis, but since Ray Lewis has been there, and I know he's gone now, don't get me wrong, I understand he's not there now. I'm just saying, though, since Ray Lewis was there, they haven't been bad.
Well, wasn't Ray Lewis like with them since the inception of the Baltimore Ravens?
I think so. He may have even been.
I'm sure.
I think he might have been in Cleveland Brown for a year before they moved.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Let's find out. I'm gonna look it up.
I was gonna say I don't ever remember seeing him in a Browns uniform.
All right, got it. Statistics right here. His rookie year was in 1996. And I believe that was the first year that they went to Baltimore.
I think so too.
So Ray Lewis was a Baltimore Raven since the beginning of the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah. That's he spent his entire career from 96 to 2012 as a Baltimore Raven. So
wow, he hasn't played in 12 years.
Yeah.
Time flies, huh? I didn't realize it was 12 years either.
I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, man, they're close to 20 years. Max is right. Their defense, for the most part, has been solid or better since.
I would say they're a top 15 defense since he's been there. Every year,
yeah.
I would assume. Okay,
that's tough to me.
Well, then how many? I mean, they won the Super Bowl in 2000, 2001.
On defense.
They won the Super Bowl in, was it 2012 against the 49ers?
What are you talking about? Trent Dilfer won that game for him.
Yeah, game manager. Hey, sometimes that's all you need for a quarterback.
There's nothing wrong with being a game manager, in my opinion. I think that's a compliment. To me, it's a compliment.
You know, because the first few years in Baltimore, their offense was not good.
No.
Horrible.
I think that I want to say their offense got better after they signed Shannon Sharp, after he was done with the Broncos after 98.
Well, then it really took off when they got Joe Flacco as their quarterback.
Yeah. Wow, that was a big Baltimore Ravens lesson. People think we don't know stuff.
Right?
You guys see the NBA TV deal?
I did.
Yeah.
They turned away
TNT.
CBS they turned it away.
They turned what? After they came back with all that money?
Well, TNT is filing a lawsuit against the NBA.
Yep.
Yeah.
They had
for collusion or some shit.
It's coming down to language in the contract, because Warner Brothers had 5 days to match, which they did. Yes. But the NBA is viewing it more along the lines of, hey, Prime has 200 million subscribers. Well, not everybody that has Amazon Prime watches sports.
Right.
Doesn't mean
exactly.
they're gonna.
I'm
Especially,
gonna say like maybe 30% watch sports. I think most women watch the Prime for the movies and the TV shows.
yeah, and most of the time, if you're on Prime or one of those other streaming deals, you get a shit game. I mean, look at Thursday Night Football on Prime. Come
It's
on.
supposed to be better this year, I guess. I guess the lineup this year is supposed to be better for Thursday Night Football, supposedly.
Oh,
I haven't
so we're gonna
looked at it, but I heard
so Denver's playing every Thursday against better teams.
against the Jets.
Oh,
They have
every
Jets
season.
on prime time every week too.
Nice.
You got to check on Aaron Rodgers, see how he's doing in life. You know,
You know, I saw a funny deal on Facebook
Peyote
yesterday.
magic mushrooms.
It had Aaron Rodgers 2023 season highlights. Dude, funniest thing ever. It showed him carrying the flag
Carrying
in.
the flag.
He carried the flag, and then like 3 plays later, he's out. I was like, and then they put produced by. I mean, they did all the credits, and I was like, dude, that's hilarious. I mean, that was longer than his season.
that's horrible. I felt so bad for Jets fans because they were so fucking hyped up to get Aaron Rodgers, thinking they were gonna get back to the playoffs, Super Bowl maybe. They were super jazzed, and then 4 plays in, pop goes the Achilles.
Hey, maybe this year the Jets will be chanting 5 plays, 5 plays. Get one more.
If Rodgers goes down in that first game, you're going to see a riot
God.
from the Jets fans.
Yeah, they
Those
might just
people are
storm the
nuts.
fields,
Those people are fucking nuts.
and they haven't had a winner forever.
Yeah, the Jets are like, I would put them as like the Bears of the AFC.
Well, you got the Commanders or the Redskins. I mean, Washington.
Yeah, but they're the NFC.
So are the Bears.
Yeah, but I said the Jets are like the Bears of the AFC.
Yeah, see, I put all 3 of those teams together, except now Washington has a new owner, so maybe.
Yeah, Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson's part owner of the Washington Redskin football commander guys.
Anybody watch the WNBA All-Star game?
Not really. I caught highlights on ESPN.
Dude, it was pretty
It's
good.
funny, though.
The WNBA team beat the Olympians.
I kind of figured that was
I find that funny.
And Angel Reese, she was pretty dominant. I know that other girl had 34 points or whatever.
Oh yeah, that one
Reese had
girl
a
was
double-double
killing it.
pretty early on. I know Brianna Stewart from the Olympic team got one within the last minute. But and Caitlin Clark opted not to go back in when that. I don't even know how it looks like Eriki. I don't know how you say it. And don't even get me on the last name. The one that had like 34, 36 points, the All-Star MVP.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she opted to sit and said, let her play. She's on fire.
I already got my 10 assists. I'm good.
Yeah, she did have a lot of assists. Cubs lost today, Jeff.
Yeah, I saw that.
3-2.
Yeah.
What? I thought.
Did you see who blew the game for the Cubs?
No, I just saw the score and said I'm not reading anymore.
Well, Neris blew the game again.
Oh.
In the 9th inning. He gave up that 3rd run in the 9th inning.
I was going to say again after you said Neris.
Yeah. He sucks. I don't know why he's still on the team.
The other names I may have said are all on the injured list, so maybe he's going on the injured list next. But I did see Ian Happ is up to like 240. I think that's the highest batting average he's had in the last few years.
Yeah, but nobody on the Cubs could hit for shit right now. I mean, our runners in scoring position average is terrible.
Oh, it is.
It's so bad. I mean, it's not
talking about fucking choking
bad,
and fucking not scoring any runs. Goddamn Mariners had fucking 10-game lead, and now they're down by fucking 4 games. Horrible. These guys are, huh?
I said, does that peeve you a little bit?
Oh God, it's horrible.
Well, it's got a preview that it's Houston back in first place.
Exactly. And they fucking fired Ty France. Just told him, get the fuck out of here. You suck. Get on out, piece of shit. Oh my God.
They got rid of their manager already?
No. Ty France, he was our first baseman. Got him into the trade with San Diego a couple years ago.
Oh. Well, when you said fired, I was like, what?
Oh, that's being talked about right now too, though. His little ass getting fired.
Mm-hmm.
Scott fucking Service. Bastard. But
Scott
I did hear
Service.
an interesting. Yeah,
I know
I
Scott
always
Service.
hated that guy. Always hated that guy.
He was an all right catcher.
Yeah, he couldn't hit for shit though.
Yeah. Kind of like Greg Olson of the Braves as a catcher.
Cubs having a lot of catchers that couldn't hit the ball. Scott Service, Rick Wilkins. He sucked.
Girardi
could hit somewhat. Better than the other three Muppets.
Oh, they had that one guy. Oh, Hundley. He could hit homers.
Todd Hundley. He was he was our sloppy seconds, I'll tell you that. Or thirds. He was good with the Mets, and then he came to the Cubs. But that was typical Cubs back in the 90s. You get all these has-beens that were big names once before. You know, the whole typical let's pay for past performance. They're getting paid a good contract. They come out, they're like, yeah, I'm just getting my money. I suck. But
unlike the White Sox, who did the same thing with players, some like Bo Jackson didn't care if the team was good.
The longest time ever without being no hit. They went 50-something years without being no hit.
We're back to the Mariners. Say that again.
No. I was talking about your Cubbies. They went the longest time ever without being no hit. They went over 50 years without being no hit from a certain amount of time. I don't remember when, but Cubbies, yep.
Yeah, I'd be calling Kerry Wood, Mark Pryor. Hell, I'd even call Z up. Z, can you get out of the couch? Not can you get up from the couch? I mean, literally get out of it. Call up
He wasn't
Maddox.
as bad as Cologne.
Zambrano wasn't bad. He was a hothead. Ooh.
it was fun to watch, though.
Spicy chile?
Yeah, a little spicy. What else? Oh, Mike Trout on a rehab assignment. He had to leave the rehab assignment.
Yes, he did. He was supposed to DH today. He's supposed to DH today, though.
No, I was just reading. He's been taken out to get reevaluated.
Probably
really, because I saw something earlier today that he was supposed to DH today. Are they going to try to get him to DH?
He was, and then that
was the first report.
Yeah, they removed him to reevaluate him.
Fuck.
Fantasy player?
Yep. And Mookie
Why
Betts.
did you drop him?
To be honest, I don't think I could.
How could you not drop him?
You haven't noticed? Like sometimes you just can't drop players. Like certain players, they won't let you drop. Like Mookie Betts. Couldn't drop him for like almost all season. Probably can now, but he's almost back.
Yes, I've never done fantasy baseball. It's too many games to do.
Yeah, you got to do your lineup every fucking day. It's horrible. Well, not horrible, but it's definitely time consuming.
Yeah. I don't know what else has went on.
Jake Paul fight.
He
beat the bricks off that guy. Did you watch it?
I kind of did. Then I fell asleep. I started like when you texted and say they're going to the ring. That's when I flipped.
Right.
Then if you notice, I didn't text after that. It's because I fell asleep.
Right. Yeah. He beat the shit out of him. It wasn't even fair. Like Jake Paul, he
needs to fight a boxer.
Not even a boxer. How about just somebody your own fucking size, dude? Jake was probably 230, and this guy was like 200, maybe. So, of course, it's going to be easy for you to knock somebody out that you're fucking 30 pounds heavier than. Of course.
Well, and look who he's fighting. Old, washed-up MMA guys going into, you know what? Why does he call up Money Mayweather?
Because Floyd won't fight him. Floyd wouldn't fight him. Floyd only weighs probably 140 pounds right now, if that.
You don't think Floyd would
maybe
say, I could whip your ass?
He already
I know he only fights who he thinks he can beat.
Yeah.
You know, the Tyson fight's coming up November.
Supposedly that one's, well, I don't know. I heard rumors of that one might not be happening at all. That he's just fucking playing games. But
Paul or
I
Tyson?
did. Huh? No, Paul. But I hear that his next fight that you might be looking at, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. The guy's a fucking bum.
Well, I'm glad you said junior because I was like, man, wouldn't Cesar Chavez be like 80?
He looks pretty good still, though.
Well, and that's around who Paul would fight. Hey, let me fight someone that doesn't box every day.
Well, yeah, the only time he fought a boxer, he lost.
Yeah. Let's get him against Tommy Gunn. Throw some Tommy Morrison at him. That'll be hard to do since Morrison's dead.
I don't even know if you can really call Tyson Fury's brother a boxer, really. He's like a dating show guy or whatever the fuck.
Put him. Hey, he wants to fight old washed up guys. Put him in with the Klitschko's, one of the Klitschko brothers.
Nah, hey, I just thought of a great one. Wasn't he fighting Ngannou?
Fight who?
Francis Ngannou, the big freaking. He's a UFC guy. He's
fight a UFC
like
guy. Fight a boxer.
Oh no, Francis is trying to box now. He's the guy that fought Tyson Fury. The last guy Tyson Fury fought.
Yeah, but still, I want to see Jake Paul against a credible boxer.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
but he won't fight. He won't fight a credible boxer. He needs to make sure that he has everything in his favor. Even though he did call out the UFC cruiserweight champion to a fight, which again, he's under contract. Dana's not going to let him out of his fucking contract. So it was kind of an empty fucking challenge. But
well, you know what? Why doesn't Paul get in the UFC ring? Oh, because he can't.
He said he wants to learn MMA, but I don't see him. I don't know. Him and Logan wrestled, I guess, in high school, but I don't know. With all the shit that he's talked about the MMA, or about MMA, it'd be interesting to see what happened.
I think Logan found
his fucking arm.
Logan found a good calling. He's in the WWE. He actually does pretty good in it.
Yeah, he's good, real good, I think.
Yeah, for a part-time wrestler that maybe 2 years. His first match, I was like, holy shit.
If that, yeah. Well, I guess he worked with Shawn Michaels is the one that really fucking honed his shit, from what I understand.
Yeah, but that dude's got a lot of natural ability to do some of the stuff he's done.
He's a freak. He's a freaky athlete. Like maybe not a great baseball player or a great basketball player, but he's one of those guys that'll can do like 1,000 push-ups, coming out the womb.
And these guys came from just YouTube. I never heard of these guys. And then all of a sudden, this guy's going to box and blah, 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 their YouTube show. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Jake Paul was on Disney Channel first. I don't know what show.
YouTube. Even Logan's still on his stuff, walking around with his phone. We got anything else? Any other randomness?
Nothing I can think of.
No, we got first preseason game next week, Thursday.
Ooh.
Hall of Fame game. Bears are playing that.
Bears and Texans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, next Wednesday. Do we want to do NFC North next Wednesday then?
We can. That's fine. Well, that's the next one on the map, right? Or do we want to skip that and do our divisions last? The last two. I mean, I guess it really didn't matter. Yeah, we could. Yeah, that's good.
Just go in order like we've been doing.
Yeah, the East, then South, then West, then North.
Yep.
All right, so we got NFC East next week. All right, well.
Giants, baby. That's a horrible division.
But they'll all finish like 7-8. or 7-9.
Right.
Wouldn't be the
Except
first
for
time in that
except for
division.
the
that somebody-
Cowboys.
Right.
They'll be 12-5 and make the playoffs, and then
Right. Shit the bed like they always do.
yeah. Well,
That's why they're so good every year, because their defense is crap. Or their not defense, excuse me, their division is crap.
yeah, it kind of is. Well, here we go. We're going to listen to this one more time.
Hell yeah.
I didn't hear that part before.
Did you hear the bad dude part?
Nope. All right. Well, I guess that's it. I guess to the nuns of the ones and the twos of the nuns watching, I guess adios.
See you next
Till
week.
next week.